President of the County Leadership Forum.
Last city. We cannot protect residents if we don't protect downtown. We cannot protect taxpayers if we don't take action. The Alberta Party has a comprehensive 6-point flood recovery and prevention framework. I'm proud to say that it is, I think, by far the most comprehensive flood framework of any party. The first point is to recover. And the initial response, while heroic, included the very flawed buyout policy. That has staked $80 million, which is half the cost of the Springbank dry reservoir, on buyouts for less than 100 people. There's people along the river in the floodway. There's 250 people who are eligible for buyout, and less than 80 have actually accepted a buyout, which tells you a couple of things. First off, that people love these communities, want to stay there. As a tax-paying citizen, it's a remarkable waste of money. Those dollars are not eligible for federal reimbursement. The second point is rebuild. The DRP, the Disaster Recovery Program, has been trouble from the very start. People were promised, we will make you whole. What they've ended up with is an average of $14,500 each. People are hurting. Lines of credit are stretched. Credit cards are maxed out. People just want to get back into their homes and get on with their lives. Let's talk about flood mitigation. To answer the question, Tony, I think the Springbank dry dam must go ahead. I have significant concerns, however, that it will be delayed given some of the landowner concerns. Mr. Dirks used the word immediate. If the spring of 2018 is immediate, then I guess it's immediate, but it isn't. And there's significant risk. If this government can't even build schools, how in the world will they build large-scale infrastructure to flood major floods? The Dunmore Tunnel has a proven return on investment of $350 million. It's a complex project, but there's no land acquisition issues. The environmental issues can be addressed. The floodwaters flowing down at the exit of the tunnel would be no greater than the waters that they float around downtown. It needs to be built. It should start as soon as possible. McLean Creek should also, I think, be given serious consideration. We're talking here about Calgary, but there are people upstream of Calgary who are also at risk in Bragg Creek and other places. The next is the other 4 points I'll get to, the other 3 points I'll get to later. I'll work that into my answer on education sector.
All right, we're off to a good start here. And now for our second 3-minute question, Bob Martin School.
I hate to use this term, but we're going to be progressive in that we're going to ask Mr. Dirks to ask the question first, and then we'll go along. Everybody will get the chance to be first. My question is, why are you running, and what are your views in light of recent events in Alberta in seeking elected political office?
Well, I'm running because I believe Elbow needs a very strong leader at the table where there's a voice to the people of Elbow, where there's experience to the people of Elbow, where there's an opportunity for Elbow to be heard and Elbow to make a difference in government. Elbow needs a strong leader. Elbow needs somebody who's going to be there, who's going to listen, who's going to be accessible, who's going to care, and who's going to act. And that's been my passion. My passion is serving the public. It has been for many years. And Elbow needs that kind of a leader. And I'm committed to be that kind of a leader. That's the first reason why I'm running. The second reason why I'm running is because a great leader by the name of Jim Prentice, who I highly respect, came and asked me if I would be willing to join his team and help renew government in Alberta. And I highly respect Jim's integrity. I respect his acumen in business. I respect his political experience that he has, his wisdom in the fields of energy, environment, Aboriginal affairs, and so on. And so I said to myself, that's the man who's likely best qualified to lead our province into the future. And he asked me to lend my expertise from the field of education to serve as Minister of Education. And I said I'd be willing to do that. I had anticipated this 4 months ago. And I was honored when he came to me, and I thought, I guess if anybody should feel an obligation to run and serve, it should be somebody who understands and who has experience and who can lend that on behalf of people. And so I said I would do that along with Jim. I think the third reason why I'm running to be a representative for Calgary Elbow is because this is a fabulous province. It has great potential, and it needs people who are committed to see that potential realized. And part of that potential is vested in our children. And we need somebody to lead our education world, our Department of Education, who understands education. And I do. I get it. I've been a school teacher, a school principal, a vice principal, a trustee here for 11 years in the Calgary Board of Education, chair of the Calgary Board, and I was meeting this morning with the Alberta School Board Association trustees, talking to them about a wide variety of issues. And so those are the three key reasons why I'm running. The primary reason, perhaps undergirding it all, is because at my father's knee I learned integrity, and I learned the ethic and the value of public service. And I'm deeply committed to both of those. And I believe that's what Alberta and Elbow needs for an MLA. And I would be honored to have your vote, even the Liberal vote.
Thank you. I'm running because Albertans deserve better. We deserve better. I deserve better. You deserve better than this corrupt PC government that we've had for the past 43 years. This government has given us promises time and time again, has said we've changed, we're different, we're under new management time and time again. This is nothing new, and we need a change. We need a progressive voice. Calgary Elbow in particular, at this particular time, at this particular moment in history, needs a strong advocate. They don't need the same old thing that they got from Alison Redford. Now, that being said, the NDP can provide that progressive voice. The NDP is the only party, the NDP is the only group in this province that is growing, that is strong, that has the team and the resources to be able to advocate for your interests. Now, with regards to my views on recent events, without further clarification on that, I'm going to assume there's reference to the scandals that have plagued this government. And I think that transparency is the only way that we're going to be able to move ahead and gain the trust of voters in this province. And that's something that the PC government simply does not provide. It's something that only the NDP is in a position to be able to provide voters. We have a strong record of being advocates for this province, for the people of this province. We will hold legislature till 4 a.m. if we need to, and we will get results.
So the first question was, why am I running? I'm running because I have been in place for 43 years. Over time, when you are in a situation and you enlarge yourself up with more and more people who take more and more advantage of more and more of their taxpayer dollars, they lose the ability to see that they're actually crossing the line. The culture of entitlement is a culture. They're living in that culture, and they can't see their way through that. So that's why it's now time for a change. And it's time for a Liberal voice to come forward to say, you know, we're not just looking at the new leader who's put the party under new management. Let's not forget, this new leader was described in the Financial Post as a friend to industry. We're looking for a government that has people in it who are friends to the people and who are friends to the environment. In addition to being a friend to industry, we can find a balance here between the economic side of the equation and the social and environmental side. But this government doesn't seem to understand how to get there. And at the last minute, what we see are last-ditch efforts to throw $2 billion into schools, and we're waiting for the next announcement next week to see what we're going to do to miraculously save the healthcare system. That's just not good enough. So I'm running because I want to be a strong advocate for you. I want to be someone who can work collaboratively with the different levels of government, and I want to make a difference here.
Maybe because as an entrepreneur, I started my own company because I didn't see a company out there that was doing it right, that fit my values, and I thought, you know what, I can do it better. I'm going to get after it, and I'm going to do it myself. We grew that company from startup to 40 people inside 5 years. It was a great experience. In politics, I woke up one too many mornings, read the newspaper at the kitchen table, and pounded my fist on the table, and eventually Jess said, you know, you should really do something about that. I don't think she quite got this in mind. Here I am. I did not see that any of the existing parties, with respect to my friends here at the table, have had many chances to make that difference, have many chances to make that impact coming from the opposition. We don't need a better opposition in Alberta. We need a better government in Alberta. As someone born and raised in Calgary local, I will stand up for the community. I have a track record of doing that. I've done it before. As your full-time MLA, my first and only job will be to stand up for the people of Calgary local. This allows me also to finish off one of the most important points of the flood discussion. I didn't quite finish earlier. Okay. But the floodway buyout program is so deeply flawed. Once we have mitigation in place, significant upstream flood mitigation in place, we must redo the flood risk maps, identify what is no longer in the floodway based on the new mitigated realities, and resell those properties back into the market to save taxpayers, to recoup some of the taxpayer dollars wasted on buyouts, but also to put our communities back together again. That's very important. Alberta is a great place to live. I've said that before, and I think we all agree that it is a great place to live. But Alberta also doesn't put up with good enough is good enough. After 43 years of BC rule, that's what we have. We have a government committed to creating a crisis, making some announcements that they're going to solve the crisis, and expecting our praise and thanks and yet another vote. It's time in this by-election to send a message. The message is we're tired of that, but the bigger message is we want something better. We want a better government that better reflects our communities by electing people who are of that community and from here. In terms of recent events, I'm going to take this as an opportunity to ask a question about marriage equality. I can tell you that I believe in same-sex marriage. I can tell you that I believe in repealing Bill 44, or Section 11.1 now it's called in the Human Rights Code. Very specific actions. I believe in supporting gay-straight alliances. These are very specific things that I believe in, that the Alberta Party would pursue and talk, and are much better, I think, than a just general discussion of respect and dignity for people. I'd like to hear all candidates' opinions on that particular topic. I think it's something that's important to know and understand in Calgary, although it's certainly consistent with what my personal values are, with the values of the Alberta Party. Thank you.